Welcome back to Boha. This is going to be the second video on our McLaren project problem. $70,000 scam, sounds like. So I got some really encouraging news on the McLaren. If you remember the last video, we sent it in to get the air conditioner fixed and got a bill for $70,000 and other things that had wrong with it, apparently. So I didn't really know what to do. We were considering parting it out, selling it as is at auction, or trying to do a DIY fix. But the first step was to send it in for a second inspection. So I sent it to Sean at McMedics, and because of the huge list of things that were supposedly wrong with it, I had to ship it to him because all the things that were on the list, it was too big of a deal for him to do in my garage. And his whole premise is he usually flies out to your location and he'll fix the car for you at your shop. But based on the evidence or the invoice that we had, he said it wasn't going to be cost effective for him to do it at my shop because of the time it would take and, you know, all the travel fees and hotels and whatnot. So I sent it to his shop. So I sent it down to his shop. And it's crazy what he found. I got an email from him here. I'm gonna show you guys on the notes of what he found. And surprisingly enough, even before I sent it to him, I called him and talked to him about it. And he could guess who the shop was that wrote the quote before he even looked at it, because apparently this has been happening to other people he's talked to, and it sounds like these guys are trying to scam people out of money. So check this out. So notes on what I found. It's hard to read all these numbers you hear. First thing was that tail lights, they don't need to be fixed. They all work fine. There might be some hairline cracks. It's not necessary unless you want to replace them. Yeah, I figured that out myself. I wasn't planning on doing that, but that was $4,500 or something on the last quote. Number 2, I didn't see any evidence of fluid. Will advise if I find anything odd when taking the front liner out to do the accumulators. Number 3, he agreed with, and that was quoted. Number 4, I don't have tires in the quote, but I have new TPMS sensors and labors to take them off and put them on. That wasn't included on the other quote. It was just a blank item. Number 5, I would clean it and see if it repairs. Nothing looks fresh. Number 6, they agreed with and quoted. Number 7, I see no need for replacement. Visually not severely torn. Number 8 was also quoted. They agreed with. Number 9, I find absolutely zero oil anywhere on top of the engine. There's no hint of a major oil leak that can be seen. That was like a $10,000 item. Number 10, swollen hoses, blah, blah, blah. I think we should just preemptively change all the hose clamps to the new style, etc., which is what I wanted anyways. That's fine. Number 11, which wasn't quoted by their place, but he suspects it's the O2 spacers, and they should be removed and properly tuned. Number 12, I fixed this on video, took 30 seconds, so he fixed that for free, didn't even charge me. That was the light not working. Number 13, that was the wheel repair, which I didn't even care about, so that's nothing. I didn't do it. Number 14, another instance of I don't see what's happening. Number 15, ball joint boots weren't torn at all. No signs of grease or grime. Number 16, same as rear control arm bushings. No need to replace at this time. 17 is a PPF. I don't care about that. 18, I saw no indication of a leak anywhere. Not even a lot of grime. Another one just made up. 19 quoted. So if you went back to the other video that we posted, you could see exactly what these were talking about. But as you can see, at least half of these things there's no evidence that anything was even wrong, and he is making a video showing that actually. Maybe he'll have it out in a week or two, but yeah, he has videos and pictures showing that there's no leaks in all these places that they said there were leaks and torn and whatever. That's not true. So that was very, good news to see that it didn't need all those huge things like the DLD replaced, the firewall replaced, the engine oil cooler replaced, all these things that just, there was nothing wrong with them, and they just made it up, it seems like. So with what we did do, he fixed everything that they found wrong with the car and more. He found more things wrong that they didn't find, which included a new tune, TPMS sensors, and he included tires, which the other place said we should do, but it didn't include. Brake fluid replacement, removing the mini cats, and another big one was the engine oil plug was stripped, so he had to re-thread the block for that. And they actually did fix the air conditioning. He found the problem with the sensor on the air conditioner, which was pretty easy since it looked like it was a bad code he found it on even. So I don't know why their place couldn't figure that out, but yeah, he fixed that. So everything grand total he did that was on the list of the other place for $70,000, he did for $10,714. So it went from $70,000 to $10,000. And then the extra stuff he did, and the extra stuff is M Engineering retune. So we got a different tune, TPMS sensors, and new tires. So in a few other things like the room and the cats, and he did fix the AC, which was on an invoice and whatnot. So the extras were $8,853. So all in, the total bill from them was $19,000, which was, less than a third of the other place. Plus they did, 50% more stuff. So apples to apples, 10,000 to 70,000, which is nuts. Apparently this other place is really trying to scam people. I even talked to another guy in Midland who sent his 570 there, and he told me he had a $70,000 repair bill too for his service, which is just insane. It's another car worth $100,000 with a $70,000 bill. I mean, it sucks. This is still a huge, expensive bill. But if you think about in perspective, like, okay, this is a $10,000 repair. The car, if I would have had the warranty on the car, that cost me it's about an extra $7,000 per year. And I haven't had the warranty for about 5 years. So 7,000 times 5, look at that. That's $35,000 if I would have paid for the warranty. And I'm still coming out way ahead this way by not having the warranty and then having it done by an independent. And if you don't know McMedics, they're all over the internet. He makes tons of helpful, useful videos on doing DIY fixes yourself. And I've actually talked to him via instant messenger when I was doing something on the car before, and he gave me a lot of free advice. And they have a lot of information on the McLaren forums with interchange parts, and he's just a really helpful person in the community. So they're well respected and well known. So it was a great second opinion for me. And, I was sick to my stomach with that first invoice, which kind of made this one not seem too crazy, even though, I mean, it is. It's a really expensive repair bill. But there's nothing else wrong with the car. Everything's perfect on it now. And I don't think I'll have to do anything for quite a while. He didn't see any needs for any other preventative things to do at this time. And he thought the car looked in good shape otherwise. So, yeah, great news. It was a good news, bad news. Good news was it's not $70,000. That place was trying to scam me, apparently. Bad news, it's still expensive to fix, but it is a McLaren. You got to pay to play. If I was going to sell the car, I'd have to do all this stuff probably anyways to get it into perfect working order to sell it. But I'm going to hold on to it because I do like this car. So it was, good news. We'll see what happens when it all gets fixed. We'll see if anything else pops up in the meantime. But this is where we're at right now, and we have approved all these things to get done. So we're just going to wait and see what happens. But yeah, moral of the story is definitely get a second opinion on your supercars. These are both two well-known, well-reviewed. Both places had good Google reviews. Both places had good internet reviews, but that doesn't mean they're not trying to scam you, apparently. So do your own research, do your own due diligence. You can save yourself quite a bit of money just by shop around a little bit. So I guess the moral of the story is I'm getting to keep the car. I still have to pay a bunch of money, but I'm getting to keep the car. And it should be home soon, I hope. And then once we get it home, we're going to go through everything and kind of show the fixes that happened. And we'll do a final update then. But right now it's looking good. We got some, good news at least. And, that's it. So subscribe, keep track of this playlist here if you guys want to see the rest of the stuff that happened. If you haven't seen the first video, I'll try to put a link to that so you can go back and see the first video with the $70,000 quote. And you guys can kind of make your own decisions on if that stuff was worth it or if they're trying to scam me. But yeah, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. Is this crazy? Or am I being dumb? What's up? Talk to you soon. Bye.